of you know
it's
that
one of the, it's
New
the southern
Jersey
one.
trains always
and it's
run on
capital.
time?
All right, Mussolini. Going down there, pasta boy.
Uh,
The Italian blood runs deep.
Yeah, of course. Don't you know? Most of New Jersey is Italian.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that is unsurprising.
Mamma
Makes
mia.
sense.
Now, I
Oh,
will say,
they already-
unlike all of you plebs, and to no surprise of any of the other 49 states, New Jersey is going to be the first U.S. state that will open its doors to betting on esports online.
I mean, that's
Amazing.
unsurprising because the only way New Jersey can make any money is hideously unregulated gambling.
Well, I mean, that is basically what our state is. And as I said in a different server, I'm okay with my culture being boiled down to being disgruntled and owning a firearm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, I guess say here's the thing: you forget that one of the key things for being disgruntled is, wait a minute, I don't have any fucking money left. I lost it all at the casino.
Well, that's just being at New Jersey in general. Like, no one in New Jersey actually has money. Like, let's be clear here. Not a thing.
Of course not. It's New Jersey.
It's New Jersey, yeah, of course. No one
Yeah,
lives
mutually
in New
exclusive.
Jersey willingly.
Yeah.
The New Jersey exclusion zone.
It's actually like magnetic. Humanity is drawn to New Jersey. Like a moth to a flame.
Indeed. Why is there 23,000 Prince of Tennis stories?
What? I mean, well,
how many?
Death.
I'm sure there are.
23,000.
Shit, man.
Are
I'm
they
surprised
just
there's
Prince
more
of
than
Tennis,
5,000.
or is it crossovers, or is it both?
No, that's just normals, non-crossover.
Oh, yeah.
stories.
God.
Okay,
23,000.
then I'm sure 22,000 of them are nothing but porn.
Possible. Anyway,
Yeah.
so hello
No,
Internet,
that-
welcome to Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9000.
Okay, hold on, Sneaky. I do think we should go browse what's the wildest crossover we can find for Prince of Tennis.
Prince of Tennis.
I'm sure there's
I
some
don't
Game
know,
of
man.
Thrones or Naruto.
No,
or...
that's not that. Okay, hold on. Now, Prince of Tennis can get political, so it's not that out there to involve murder.
Fair.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing is there's a chance there's a Gundam crossover as well then.
Possibly. That would actually be outrageous. So yeah, let's see what the most ridiculous.
Let's
crossover
spin
is.
that wheel, baby.
We got
the best that it could
Inuyasha,
have been
Fairy
for it is it
Tail,
gets a crossover with G
Okay.
Gundam.
Oh yes, that's the
Hunger
only
Percy
Games.
exception.
Jackson and the Olympians. Yeah, okay, that one's a bit out there.
That's kinda out there.
How does that get there?
I mean, the Prince of Tennis is set in the real world.
You were definitely about to say Prince of Persia, weren't you?
Prince of Persia.
What?
I mean, Persia is in the real world, technically.
Not anymore.
I don't recognize
the
a lot of
region.
these titles, so I can't really say.
Tales of Vesperia, that's pretty out there.
Yeah,
Hunger
Tales,
Games.
just Tales games anyway. Just Tales, period.
Lord of the Rings, that's I mean,
House MD.
I mean, no, that makes sense. You know, maybe one of them gets a tennis injury. And House
yeah,
has to
yeah.
detect
There-
it.
Like
there's
you've got some
one-
super weird
Yeah.
Veroni.
There was
Yeah.
one Hero
Cardcaptor
Academia.
Sakura, I guess. Hunger Games? Maybe.
Okay, wait, I see a One Piece. Oh,
Sneaky-
good.
Sneaky,
There
there's
yeah,
one
One
for
Piece,
Madara
that
There
would
is-
be, yeah.
Sneaky,
Medaka Box.
there is one
No,
kingdom.
no,
Oh, good.
hold on. No, so Medaka Box actually can get away with this because it's Medaka Box.
Fair.
Oh no,
I
I
mean,
know.
yeah.
Medaka Box.
Medaka Box has
Yeah.
the ultimate excuse for crossing over with anything.
All right,
It's
okay, hang on a
Medaka
second.
Box.
Medaka box.
I've
This feels
seen.
different.
There's like 3 on here that are okay. There's
You know, like,
We
if
got
Medaka
Slayers,
Box
we got
had a
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Gundam crossover, you wouldn't even
Oh
know it was a crossover.
God.
You wouldn't
You
bat an eye.
Yeah.
Okay, Sneaky, we've got Yu-Gi-Oh, we've got Danny Phantom, we've got Kingdom Hearts. Oh, we've got
Kingdom
we've got
Hearts.
a
That
Sword Art.
one's out there. Kingdom Hearts is out there.
We've got a Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
Okay,
No. Prince of Tennis crew gets stuck in Sword Art Online. That's
Here's one I'm confused about. Rurouni Kenshin, because
Winx
that's
Club.
a historical fiction.
Oh, that's fair.
How does
yeah.
that crossover?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry,
fair.
Okay,
Winx,
I
yeah,
feel
Winx
okay.
Club.
Let's just
No,
go. Let's
that
go
one's
look at Kingdom
definitely-
Hearts and let's go look at Winx Club just to see what these plots are. The
where's-
summaries. We don't have to
Where's
touch
Kingdom
them.
Hearts?
There's only one of them.
Okay, well that doesn't really narrow it
It's
down.
right above Ragnarok Online and underneath Super Sentai.
That doesn't
Bottom-
really narrow it down.
Middle bottom of the center column.
Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts. I see it. A Tino KH. I guess this is
What?
a Prince of Tennis. TNO. I'm assuming that's
I
Prince
guess.
of Tennis in Japanese. Kingdom Hearts, but it's anime.
Author. Author, I have several
Um,
questions for you.
When was this
Uh,
published? 2008. Oh no, even
2008.
then it was. Well, I don't know why I'm asked that because even during the first game, it was clear Kingdom Hearts was anime as fuck. So I'm curious what he means by anime twist.
Also, just by the barest definition of the word, Kingdom Hearts, but it's a Japanese animation. It's like, are you aware of who makes the game?
yeah.
Are you all the-
fine.
Do you think
Author?
all the Final Fantasy characters just ended up in there by accident?
Oops, you got your Final Fantasy characters in my Japanese animation game?
Yeah, Sneaky. There's one game, X-Overs crossover, and it's with fucking Cooking Mama.
Well,
I think
I
that
mean,
was
that
pretty
kind
out
of
there
makes
as well.
sense. No, that makes sense.
I
No.
mean,
A Cooking Mama is
I
a
mean,
very
yeah, like-
down to earth.
Cooking
Zoids.
Mama
There we
versus
go.
anime.
That's excessive. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, what the
Wait.
fuck?
I'm sorry, did
Zoids.
you just say Zoid? How?
Fucking straight up. Yeah, exactly. Zoids. It's like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
God. It's gotta be
it's a
bad.
Harry's Green.
Yeah, Winx Club. One of them's in Spanish, so obviously it's dumb.
Well, that's also not
Mari
surprising. Winx
Buta
did super
accidentally
well.
met Musa on way to school. He felt something was hidden, and then he realized she was a fairy. Okay, well,
Mhm.
what I'm not surprised by is the fact that it has 4 Vampire Knight crossovers. What I am surprised is their publish dates. 2017. Excuse me, author.
What?
Author.
Are you in the right decade?
Author,
No.
yeah. You dropped your decade,
Time.
mate. Here, take it back. 2007 called.
Oh my god. That's
Interesting.
Oh man, Vampire Knight was a fucking trip, let me tell you.
That was a thing.
That was a thing. Anyway, so what were we gonna read? My Hero Academia, right. We want to get some cringe stories. Cringe stories, you know what? Cringe stories, crossovers. My Hero Academia crossovers, because that's always a recipe for a good story, right? Is you do a crossover with My Hero Academia, a story taking place several hundred years in the future, completely out of the ability to cross over with almost anything.
Nah.
We
Akeem got kill, a My Hero Academia crossover.
Oh god.
A needed hero. Enter Izuku Deku Midoriya, a hero in training, aiming to be the #1 hero. He's encountered obstacles and challenges on his journey. But what would happen if he was sent to a world where there is no justice, no peace?
he'd die.
Yeah, he'd die super hard.
Just corruption and despair? Will he rise up and take a stand, or will he be swallowed by the evil? Well, Akeem Got Killed is the sort of world that will in fact kill you if you don't kill the villain.
For everyone else.
I mean, yes, but I mean, pretty much everyone in that world is a villain.
I mean, yeah.
Even the hero.
Just generally not killing bad guys in Akeem Got Kill is what gets people killed. Trying to be the moral grandstander in Akeem Got Kill gets you killed.
Well, I mean, let's be fair. There are a
doesn't
lot
always
of
get-
other things in a Game Got Kill that will get you killed.
Actually,
that just
Yes.
it's
But-
more
You will
fucked
die.
up because the MC, he takes that road for a short time. It doesn't get him killed. It gets his
Gets everyone,
comrades
yeah,
and
gets
friends
everyone
killed.
around him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he
Um,
got separated as well from them.
Yeah.
Oops.
Now,
Don't do it, gang.
so as I was saying, Deku would die instantly because he would be like, "Oh, I'll punch you in the face," and then I'll be like, "Oh, we're gonna arrest you," and then he tries to get the person arrested, and then the guard stab him, and then the orphan he saved stabbed him, and then the guy he punched stabs him, and then when asking for help, the dog stabs him.
Just
like
for, good measure.
the only listen, even if you're charitable and you send in Izuku a year after he's had his power and he can use it without breaking every bone in his body beyond repair,
Oh, big true, yeah, there's that too, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
When he can use it at what is it, like 10% or whatever the
Something
hell
like
it was.
that, yeah, 5%, 10%, something, yeah.
Actually, a year into having the... Yeah, that'd be a not great middle ground for him.
Right, but even with literal superhuman, absurd superhuman strength, durability, and not, I don't know, it's not like invincibility, damage resistance, we'll just call it to keep it easy, right? He would still die.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty likely.
Turns out
Well,
severe blood loss doesn't
Izuku's
just let the
problem
motherfucker.
isn't so much power levels. Izuku's problem is more of the idealist mindset they write him with, which works just fine in a hyper-authoritarian state where the police are on your side. But
And on the ball.
well, yeah, that too. But
And
if you're in a world where the police are just as likely to stab you and take your money as the person you just saved is likely to stab you and take your money, as the person you just beat up is likely to stab you and take your money,
Yeah.
trying to be some sort of high-minded, I'm not gonna, stoop to the level of villains by killing my enemies, moral grandstander like Izuku is.
Wait, I just realized.
Yeah.
Isn't that just like progressives in Detroit
Yes.
and Los Angeles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing. Thanks,
Yes.
Japan. Once again, being based.
It would get him killed. And
Yeah.
he's not the sort of person to learn. Unlike Shiro, who can actually, shockingly, make personality choices that does in fact make him realize that you do actually have to kill some people. Some people actually do need to die.
Yeah. Some people actually die when they are killed.
Yeah. Shiro can learn that, and so putting Shiro in a world like this will have its bumps, and if he does survive long enough, he will learn that actually, yeah, you kind of do need to finish off the bad people.
Actions have consequences.
Actions have full life consequences.
When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
But Izuku is the sort of character who, when confronted with him being wrong, he'll just try harder to be right instead
Yep.
of like reevaluating his opinion. Sort of like Naruto. But Naruto would probably actually kill people.
As you say, the world Naruto comes from, a lot more prepared to kill people.
I mean, to be fair though, Naruto's never actually killed someone.
They either died from expiration before he could do anything,
Or someone else
they
killed him.
themselves.
Yeah. Or they killed
On someone
themselves. Yeah.
else.
That too,
I
yeah.
suppose it'd be better to say he's theoretically prepared to kill people.
Probably.
I mean, Naruto's also fairly strong. Naruto, both Shiro, depending on when he transmigrates, but Naruto's also in that realm of durable enough that and if he has also some sort of objective goal of like saving someone that he met and befriended, I believe that maybe after the first attempt of a random stranger trying to stab him through the heart, he would react with a little bit more violence.
Yeah.
But Izuku, no, not Izuku. Anyway, so obviously the author goes with Izuku times Akame because
What
What
else
else?
would they?
why not?
Traumatized child assassin times the idealist.
And then we have, of course, because we spoke of the devil and he shall arrive, a Medaka Box My Hero Academia crossover.
Oh
Hell,
boy.
hell, hell.
Where
should. Mm.
Kumigawa gets sent
Oh.
into My Hero
Oh
Academia.
no.
Oh, it's that guy. Oh god. Oh fuck.
Which one is?
Mr. Screws
Green.
Loose.
Reality breaker.
Oh, that is like the perfect world to send him into. Let's be real here. That's just
Yeah.
a play area for him.
Well, I mean, the problem with Mr. Screws Loose is that his power required him to always be shown up in the end. Because
He
his
was always
power...
the loser.
Yeah, because his power is based off him being the loser. So no matter
Yeah.
how strong he is, he's supposed to lose in the end, and when he stops losing, he loses his power.
kinda-
I thought the power always aimed it because he was the villain. Not like, because it's not that he always loses, it's he always takes the place of the villain, so of course he loses. That's how the manga and anime worked. The hero has to win. I'm not sure how the power would react to the fact that the hero in this case are a bunch of assassins and the bad guys are supposedly the heroes.
No, this is not a Game Got Kill crossover. This is a My Hero
Yeah,
Academia. Medaka
Oh, in
Box.
that case, no.
Yeah,
Then he's, I think it'd be funny to see all for one try to do something with that, but
no,
fuck him over pretty well.
it's his power is dependent on him, and the reason why he loses his power is because of his own mentality around himself and how his power then therefore operates. And while you could say it's because he was the villain, he used his power when he was aiding the heroes, so he wasn't a villain, but he still ended up failing when he was aiding the heroes later on, because he is still supposed to be a failure, and he can't win.
I guess I need to go reread Medaka Box.
I mean, you should just reread Medaka Box in general, because Medaka Box was a fucking trip and a half.
It
Yeah.
was something. It was one of those rare manga of like, I'm so glad I found this.
Pretty
It
fucking
starts
amazing.
off in one way, and then it just goes completely out of left field, and it's
Like, yeah,
great.
you
be
cannot
fair,
predict. Like,
The author tells you it's gonna go left field
yeah,
at the start,
yeah.
but that's all you get. It's like weird things happen around her. Like, oh, okay, cool. So it's just gonna be a normal random shonen. Cool, whatever. And then you get to the end, you're like, what the fuck did I
And then
just
you're
read?
just like, yeah, you're just like, what the fuck did I just read? Why are they having a tennis match on the moon to decide who she marries after beating the world-eating dragon?
Because fuck it, why
That-
not?
I think the best part at the ending is like, yeah, so while we all went on to have amazing powers and lives, she was normal. And it was the happiest she'd ever been. It's like, wow.
No, everyone lost their powers.
Oh, did they all lose their?
Yeah, that was the conclusion to the story as a justification as to why Medaka Box totally happened in reality, but nothing ever came of it. Was because when all the students who had special powers grew up, when they exited their Chuny phase and became mature, all of their powers disappeared.
I see.
Their
Nexus's power
Medaka
would
Box
not turn away.
literally says
So does that mean
these
it was?
kids acting Chuny is what gave them powers.
No,
Yeah.
it was just a mass delusion.
Eat your heart out, Chunibil.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
so,
just gonna go track that down later tonight and start.
Medaka Box
rereading.
was great. It was so great.
Yeah.
And then fucking he just the main character, it was Zenkichi, yeah. Zenkichi just comes out, he's like, yeah, I finally got a power now too. What's your power? Well, my power is to make things normal. The fuck does that mean? Well, we got a band today. Yeah? And nothing else happened. Oh shit, you're right.
Amazing.
Right, I forgot his power became the plot device to make everyone else chill.
Guys,
Yeah, it's
put
great,
the
it's
cocaine
great.
down.
I fucking love it.
His power was just the ultimate chill pill.
Oh,
It
Lord, this
was Devil's Luck.
chapters.
Devil's Luck in this scenario made the most realistic thing occur instead of the most unrealistic thing occur. And they explained it again. I read this series a fucking decade ago, and I am still able to pull details out on it because I just enjoyed it so fucking much. And it works like, so if they need a band, this is how the first example they gave is, so the school festival needed a band, and at the same time, Medaka had a childhood friend that would have helped some sort of plot thing happening, and instead of like wild events occurring causing the band they originally hired to get kidnapped, and then in the process of rescuing them they like run into her friend or something, it instead was just like, oh yeah, no, her friend actually had a band and they were the ones that responded to the ad, so he just hired them. And then they met, and everything was fine and normal, and it was the most
see.
realistic outcome. Yeah, that's how Devil's Luck works. It negates weirdness,
Epic.
which is funny because that in itself makes it weird, because weirdness that is common is not weird.
I think that author had just a little too much playing around with concepts and
I
just.
am pretty sure that author was doing about the same amount of drugs the guy who wrote the Elder Scrolls lore did.
A little less.
Maybe
I'd
they're
say.
friends. Maybe he asked who the supplier was.
Maybe he asked who the supplier was. Yeah, probably. So, of
I hope
course,
not.
obviously, this story, however, only has one chapter of 1,000 words long. Which, I mean, we can look at it, I guess.
That's
Sure, why
up to
not?
you.
Uh-huh. Didn't you two learn your lesson? No ending quote. Oh god.
Oh boy.
Already starting off strong, I see.
Yeah, already starting off strong.
Oh.
A young man with interesting hair color called.
Oh no.
Wait, who the
Oh,
fuck is
no.
Izumachi?
Who?
Fude
Ichimachi?
Izumachi. Oh, this guy. Yes.
Oh, that guy.
What does he do again?
I don't know.
Crack, probably.
His abnormality was the color of beauty.
What?
Allows him to control colors where he can manipulate on a vast scale. His colors also allow him to manipulate emotions, however this ability is not permanent and wears off.
I
Oh yeah.
remember an inkling of this, but yeah, I think
Yeah,
he's only
wait.
the anime. Yeah, I think that dude's
Yeah,
anime exclusive.
because I watched the anime like way back, and I don't remember
Yeah.
much of anything.
Yeah,
But I remember one thing is
exclusive to
that
the
guy
anime.
he got trolled by the villain guy, because he just removed all the colors.
Yeah, that narrows it down.
Yeah,
He
pretty
removed
epic.
all the colors.
Yeah,
Watch me remove all the colors. Haha.
yeah. Fuck you, grayscale. can't manipulate shit now, can you?
Oh, that guy.
Who wore an annoyed expression as he had to stop his painting of very colorful school and look at two certain someones that stood in his way. Well, I just want the school to be a peaceful place. One of the two was young shy girl, brown hair, silver eyes, green uniform, had mask on her face. This was Susan Saki, and felt somewhat out of place being here. I'm the student council president. I can't stand by and watch school be defaced. Other one of the two, why are these words randomly fucking capitalized, author? I know Medaka Box does it, but you do not have the grammar to pull it off. Was a young smiling man with black hair, black uniform, and innocent blue eyes was Kumigawa Misogi, and he was here with purpose. The purpose was apparently not having punctuation.
An auspicious purpose indeed.
You know, that really does sound like Kumigawa, sadly.
What the purpose was to not have punctuation?
Yeah. Wasn't that...
You know,
wasn't it someone's ability they just randomly fucked with the language?
Yes, I believe so. You know, but I would honestly, I would not put it past a character like Kumigawa to be like, I will now proceed to talk without punctuation. Zenkichi going, how the fuck do you do that? And Kumigawa just responding like this, and then somehow it's like, oh, yeah, I can actually tell he's talking without punctuation. Because that's what Medaka Box was like, ladies and gentlemen.
Medaka Box was Medaka Box.
It was a fucking trip. How do you talk without punctuation like this? Fuck, he's right. Blah 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 blah. It's okay. It's some not great. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay, so Kumigawa de-existed the color blue.
Yeah.
Which... Yeah, that's... Medaka Box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blue. Never heard of it. Fuck are you on about, buddy?
How do
Yeah,
you remove
actually-
the color
these
blue
balls.
from the entire world? Do you realize how evil that is? Evil, but it's not my fault.
What's blue?
It's a blue. Never heard of it.
Okay, so he's just taking a bunch of colors out of the world versus the color guy.
Yeah, literally what happened in the anime.
Yeah, so he's just rewriting the anime. To those who have never read Medaka Box, I will not be including Medaka.
Yeah, he's just stealing the bad guy. Cringe.
And they've apparently written another one. Oh.
Oh.
Oh
That
no.
makes sense.
Oh.
I wish it didn't.
Kumigawa Reverse Trap Gender Bend AU Gore Dark Themes.
In the
It's a lot of
goddamn-
words that I'd like to never hear again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Updated
to ask you to shut the
28
fuck
minutes
up.
ago.
I'm gonna have to ask you to shut the fuck up.
Reverse gender. Wait. What the fuck is a reverse trap?
It means
It's
that it's a woman
yeah.
that looks like a boy.
Yep.
That is the
Exactly.
only thing it means.
Wait,
Okay.
yeah, okay, so yeah, you turn the boy into a girl, but they still look like a boy. In this case, reverse trap gender bend AU. What the fuck kind of sick fucking psychopath develops this shit?
Apparently someone who idolizes Kumagawa because every single story of theirs is based on Kumagawa.
Yeah.
And can't write more
AU
than
where
1,000
Faunus
words.
lost everything, a Blake story. Cringe.
Epic.
Dr. Octopus goes to the world of Grimm.
Hmm.
These all
Ruby
sound
ends up in
so
Devil May
dull.
Cry. They would probably die, honestly. Team Ruby and Devil May Cry. I feel like
Yeah.
they wouldn't get that far. Medaka Box Hunter times Hunter minuses versus the world. Again, no, I think Hunter times Hunter would actually beat them on that end. Yeah, okay. This guy is just really bad at summaries and not that great at writing. How long has he been, he's
How
been
long?
writing.
Too long.
Too long.
Wait. What?
Did he just post all of these stories?
He
Joined 14
ago.
hours ago.
What?
Posted
I
10
Dude,
stories.
that has to be a repost account.
Yeah.
Or like the reposting from AO3 or something, probably.
I don't know, man.
other
I
site.
don't.
Like, reposting their own content, I mean. probably.
Maybe, but like none of
Or
these
they made a new
stories
account.
break 20k words. So
Yeah, I mean, it is possible, but
It's
like,
possible, but at the same time,
I don't want it to be.
yeah,
Military Chief.
yeah.
it's bad.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it
My
at that.
Hero Academia One Punch Man. A contest of champions. Life at UA has gotten dull since the start of the third year. Actually, most of the class felt like there was nothing to do since the defeat of Shigaraki and the League of Villains. So when UA is chosen as the venue for the High School World Championship, emotion runs rampant. The High School World what the fuck does that mean? What?
With the High School Olympics. Who's the
High
best
School
at
Olympics,
smoking
yeah,
drugs
apparently.
in the fucking bathroom?
With the arrival of dozens of incredibly powerful students, how will Class 1A hold up? Momo times Genos. Okay, so apparently what they're doing is, to make it a crossover, they're having all of the heroes from One Punch Man show up as students of various make-believe schools.
Wow, that is
Riveting.
Really impressive.
Very
quite
creative
bad.
and riveting. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's something.
Power
I guess.
Rangers Hero Force, a Power Rangers My Hero Academia crossover. And to make it even better, this is the American version of Power Rangers.
Oh God, no.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Tommy
boy.
Oliver was about to
Oh.
die from old age, and he wanted to keep the legacy of Power Rangers alive. So he sends Master Morpher to another world to find a worthy successor and build a new team to fight evil. Why would he send them to another fucking world?
Yeah,
the plot
that-
requires it.
I mean, the only possible reason would be if they were losing super hard.
Also, another thing is as far as I'm aware, as far as I remember, the old original Power Rangers, they didn't have like superpowers. Like
No.
all of the original American, like quote, the American Power Rangers. Let's be clear here.
No, they didn't have. None of them have really ever had any special powers. It might be an alien
Yeah.
plot, but they're usually just normal people who get
I mean-
super suits.
Well, no, they weren't really even super suits because like they were all just jacked normally. Like one guy was a gym bro. One of the girls was like a fitness person. One of the other guys was another like fitness person. Like they were all like actually genuinely extremely fit people, and like one of them was like a karate person or whatever. So like
What about the 9-year-old?
there wasn't a
That was
9-year-old.
the Turbo.
The movie.
Oh, that's
Turbo.
the movie. Yeah, that doesn't matter. No, it doesn't
No,
count.
the movies
No,
are
that
still
was
counted as canon.
movie and
Oh,
in
Jesus.
the actual.
Yeah, those are still counted as canon over here
Oh, fucking
because
Christ.
Fortunately,
Nick
yes.
is a horrible man.
Okay, well maybe the suits were a little bit super, but it still like they were all extremely fit already, and the suits didn't really give them super jumping as far as I remember. Didn't really give them like maybe it like boosted their
Pretty-
strength and durability, but like
Yeah,
I don't
those
remember
are
them
still
ever moving
super
fast.
suits.
I mean, yes, they're still super suits, but like the point is these were suits that gave someone a little bit above human ability powers versus things that were a little bit below human ability. And this whole I mean, yes, also the fucking giant robots, but like that's not really a superpower. I can call down a giant robot. That's just being part of the US military.
I dropped the sun on him.
Insert relevant Liberty Prime quote here.
Yeah, basically. But my point being is if you're like, oh yeah, so Tommy Oliver sends the Power Ranger suits to Izuku, so Izuku can fight evil with the Power Ranger suit. It's like, okay, well, unless he's using the giant robot, he's still gonna be an Izuku, which is
Now,
gonna be.
I mean, to be fair, they did sometimes get hit. Like later versions of Power Rangers had like
the later
proper
versions of
super
Power
suits that got
Rangers had
hit,
like super strength and super speed and like invisibility
and like could get
shit.
hit by like laser eye beams and just get a
Yeah.
little dusted up.
Yeah. But this is Tommy. This is Gen 1. We're talking Gen 1 here.
Where they made sure that you do everybody's race by putting them in the appropriate colored super suit.
Yeah.
Like you go back and you look at that and you're like, oh.
It makes it even
It's
better.
not great,
Wait,
boys.
now I might be remembering this wrong, but was Tommy supposed to be a Native American?
I'm pretty sure Tommy was a super white Californian surfer dude. Hold on. I may be misremembering my generations.
No, Tommy Oliver. No, that's right.
Nope.
He was
Nope.
the Green Ranger.
He was the Green Ranger, then the White Ranger, then the Red Ranger, then the Red Ranger until Turbo.
And
Then
then
he became the
Black
Black
Dino
Ranger.
Ranger, yeah. Jesus Christ, yeah.
He was in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, my question is why?
Who
Oh.
knows?
That's
He was really popular.
Apparently, yeah. I'm trying to figure out holy shit. Yeah, the depowered, yeah, so it wasn't so much the suits that gave them power, it was actually just becoming the Power Ranger that gave them power.
Okay, so they still got like
They got slight boosts to other stuff, but otherwise, they were still human.
because I remember in later Power Ranger shows they would occasionally have episodes where they wouldn't or couldn't equip the suits, but they still were like, let me jump up a building or punch a monster into next week. Like, they couldn't be like, watch me be the Flash without whatever my magic watch is, but like, they could still just run up a building or punch a hole in concrete.
I have no idea what the fuck went on in Power Rangers.
It was a thing.
I think the best thing that came out of the most recent thing I saw from Power Rangers over here was they decided to have the villain break down like, oh, each of your team members is this or this. What does that make you? The Blue Ranger just yelling, "I'm Scottish," really aggressively.
I'm
I see.
Scottish.
I mean, that's a valid defense.
That's the best
but-
thing I've seen out of Power Rangers recently.
Man, the
It works.
last
Yes.
like clear
Black guy, Asian,
the last
white
clear
woman.
memory I have of Power Rangers is like the Ninja Power Rangers. That's the last like thing where I'm
Who
like, yes,
was
I
the
recall
Blue
this.
Ranger?
That was
Who
a
was
while
the
ago,
Blue
I think.
Ranger?
Oh, I was so long ago. I'm sure. I'm just saying that's the last one.
Was that before or after Space Force Delta?
That was way after.
I remember that one. I remember that one did super well over here in the
Yes.
States. Like,
It was.
that one was okay.
I think it was Dino Thunder that came before then, and before then was Ninja.
I remember
or Storm.
Dino Thunder, but that's because it was dinosaurs when I was still a kid. So
Yeah, it was SDM. I want to say after SDM was his Mystic Force.
Oh God, he aged. God damn.
Who?
Oh Lord!
Oh,
Oh Jason!
that's. I gotta be
was
straight.
not
That's not a
very
great
kind.
look, bud.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, this is the Beast Morphers Power Rangers where Jason shows up one last time to lend a hand.
Yeah, it was.
What was the
SPD,
one where
then
they had
Mystic
like?
Force.
What was the one where they had the like giant like ultra crossover?
Yeah, I was right. Tommy was the Native American. Yes. They had yes. Okay. So they straight up had a plot
Bug Force?
where the white guy fought a Native American.
Hmm.
The
God,
Ultra
holy
crossover
crap.
was Wild Force.
I
and
don't
I
think
only
I've
remember that
ever
because it was all the Red Rangers.
like
Yeah.
retroactively looking back on it. Power Rangers, American Power Rangers was so wildly different
Yo,
from
American Power Rangers was
Japanese
a
Power
fucking
Rangers.
trip.
It was just so wildly diverged. Like the first season, they used the same footage, but then from there on, they literally just completely went off with their own footage because they were just like they cooked up some coked out plot.
Every
Yo,
time.
What season 4, guys? What if they're all fucking ninjas now? It's like what?
Well, my favorite
Sure,
part was like
but what?
I think my favorite part about Power Rangers is like they kept doing the crossovers where they just like low key acknowledge that like yeah there's just these other kids out there that also have the super suits and they totally got the super suits and they just kept them for the rest of time.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And like how recursive it was, mentioning all the other seasons where it's like, oh yeah, I know we're like fighting these new other bad guys, but yeah, the other generation of Power Rangers, they're all real. They can come in anytime, but they're just letting the new guys handle it.
Like I like
Sometimes
to
they come
imagine
back
that,
in
that
time, sometimes
they're
they
all
come
just like
forward.
listen, I spent 4 seasons fighting crazy witches, summoning people with scrolls and stuff from beyond the void. So unless shit gets real, I'm going to school.
Also, do you know how shit the pay is for this job? We get paid for this job? No.
I have saved
Exactly.
the city. He coasted 70 times in just the last month.
And I have not
I
seen
have.
a dime.
Honestly, at
Also,
the
I
same
failed
time,
out of
though,
school.
At the same time, though, it kind of balances out with how much collateral damage these fights cause.
Okay, but
Yes,
here's the
but-
thing. Here's the counterpoint to that, Sneaky. There's no way that they're ever being held liable for that damage. Not because the cities wouldn't try to sue them, but because the cities would have no way to serve them.
That's fair.
So like listen, right? It's not like with like Superman where you're dedicated to maintaining a good public image or like Batman, right? It's like Batman. Sure, the city knows that Batman drove his car through a building, but how the hell are you gonna how the hell are you gonna sue Batman for damages? Yeah. The city of Gotham versus the Batman for reckless endangerment. And he's
Yeah,
not showing up.
Wow,
And
big shocker.
He has no bank
Nope.
account.
I mean,
To
no,
know
to be
where
fair,
he
though,
is, so I guess we can't do anything.
To be fair, though, with Batman, and it is semi-canonical that Bruce Wayne just conveniently pays off whatever damages occur.
Oh yes, but that's because Batman is filthy stinking rich. If Bruce Wayne right, if Batman
God.
didn't have money,
Oh no,
they would have
Australia's
no way
gaining
to
power.
get. What?
Oh no, what did they do?
What is
Kazbat
Aus-
says, Happy Australia Day. People still don't know why we would celebrate this continent, but hey, I have a free day off. What monstrosity are we looking at today? Have you ever guys seen the racist Power Rangers vid with the adult Mexican janitor is given the power sombrero?
Yes, we have
Yes.
seen that.
I
don't
have not
think I
seen
knew
that.
that
I
one.
don't think I want to.
It's both really great and really bad.
It's making fun of how the color coordination happened in the American Power Rangers.
Oh, and
Like-
OST, yeah.
It's really funny, but it's really like it's one of those things, right? It is intentionally awful. But like, you know, we had this whole discussion earlier. Just
Yeah.
because something is intentionally awful does not make it any more palatable or stomachable.
But it did make it funny.
Absolutely.
Yes. And
Um,
that's the only important thing.
Injustice, Gods Among Us, a My Hero Academia crossover. How the fuck does that work?
Great question, it doesn't.
A legacy writ in crimson. Red Hood died when Dimensional Transporter exploded, snarling in the face of the regime. Several dimensions away, Izuku Midoriya woke up with all of his skills and memories.
Okay, so here's the problem with that. The Red Hood has no powers.
The Red Hood has guns.
Yeah, that's
Literally,
why-
the
that's
Red
why-
Hood
for me.
superpower is Batman trained me how to fight people, and then I decided that guns were cooler.
Well, yeah, well, it's more like a Batman trained me how to fight people, but then I decided to make the Punisher my role model.
Well, yes, although, listen, I hate defending Jason Todd, but at least Jason Todd has a valid reason for being very angry and very bitter.
Well, yes.
He did get buried alive.
Among other things, yes.
No,
Among
he
other
wasn't
things.
buried. No, he was not buried alive.
Among Us.
He was not buried alive. He was proper dead, and then somewhere along the line, someone dug him up and threw him in a Lazarus pit.
Because that's just how superhero comics work.
I mean, listen, that's just how Batman. Listen, the most dangerous thing the Batman universe ever introduced was the Lazarus pit. What's this? There's just glowing pools of primordial goop that once every 1,000 years can resurrect someone, and there's enough of them that some dude's just been hopping around the world, keeping himself alive since like the 1300s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Several dimensions away, Izuku wakes up with skills he doesn't remember learning and memories that aren't his. He didn't say you get powers. He just said he woke up with training.
Yeah, well, but like again, I suppose my point here is, okay, Izuku now, right? He has all the skills of Batman, which, to be fair, will make him an inestimable detective and an excellent hand-to-hand fighter. But he doesn't even have the benefit of something like Eraserhead,
Batman's money.
where, yeah, well, A, he doesn't have Batman's money. B, he doesn't have things that like, right? Yes, Eraserhead doesn't have super strength. Eraserhead doesn't have super speed or super reflexes. All he has is some weird bandage thing and the ability to punch people. But his ability to punch people means a whole lot more when he can stare at you and you can't, and suddenly you're not invincible.
Yeah, I mean that is a good point, but also at the same time, it it's kind of self-defeating. I think I don't like that wording, but at the same time, it's what my brain is coming up with. Because the author says this answers Izuku's question of can you become a hero without a quirk, and my response to this is I don't know, Izuku. Can you become a hero without a quirk? If you really wanted the answer to that fucking question, why weren't you working on it? Like that is one of the things I've had the most issue with in My Hero Academia is Izuku goes around saying he's gonna be a hero, he wants to be a hero, he looks up, he really wants to try to be a hero. He's even gone as far to apply to UA to try and be a hero. And he knows UA's entrance exam, they're not subtle about it, that you know there's going to be a combat section and you know there's going to be a written section. And so what does Izuku do? What does the supposed... This is actually can be tied into what Alvor and I were talking about yesterday. I'm actually sort of angry that I didn't bring it up then, but I'm bringing it up now. This ties into Izuku's supposed to be this super smart person who by just watching a person fight with their quirk is capable of breaking down the weaknesses, how it could be improved, and methods of doing so. Izuku's supposed to be wicked smart. And yet,
I mean, it's not necessarily wicked smart. It's at least partly related to just being observant.
Well, sure, there is being observant, and then there's being capable of, within simple observation, being able to write an entire notebook's worth of how someone's skills break down, what it likely means their quirk is to pretty much exact detail of, quote, in the words of some of his classmates, things I didn't even know about my own quirk. Possible weaknesses of the quirk that they didn't know about previously, hypothetical ways to improve the quirk using various training methods, and other ways that the quirk could be applied. And he was capable of doing all of this for an entire group of people within, what was it, 2 months? A month?
Done.
Relatively short amount of time for how long he knew them.
Yeah. And he was, quote, more accurate than the doctors some of them went to. So, he's supposed to be, at the base minimum, a savant when it comes to this section of thinking. That section of thinking, however, applies to exercise. It applies to leveraging what they have to make do with it, right? So, why didn't he do that to himself if he wants to be a hero so badly? If he wants to be a hero so badly, he, without a quirk, would still apply to UA, except with no training. He didn't even learn a martial art. He doesn't exercise at all. Like, he doesn't even, like, go for a daily run. He doesn't even, like, have skating as a hobby to learn how to get around faster. Like, he's apparently so fucking smart, but doesn't apply that to himself until after he gets his quirk from All Might. That's what I loathe about him. Because he's supposed to be this super smart character that for some reason, despite stating over and over again, he wants to go into a high intensity occupation, never trained for it. Despite knowing everyone else was training for it. Despite knowing how hard Bakugo worked to train himself to get into UA.
Genuine question, did Bakugo really train himself?
Oh yeah, no, Bakugo, like, knows mixed martial arts and shit.
Oh, he does. Oh, shit.
Yeah, like... So it's like, he knows... Like, he even, like, I think it was even in episode 1, where, The teacher says, "Oh yeah, Bakugo is going to UA," and Izuku even makes a comment of like, "Yeah, I think Bakugo is the only one in this class that could get into UA, but I'm still going to try anyway." Something like that.
I mean, it is pretty annoying if that's actually the case.
So it's just absolutely freaking baffling to me that this is the character we're presented with, and he's just supposed to be like doing what with his life? Just watching Heroes the entire time? Like, I could understand, like, if he was watching Heroes this whole time, and then they transitioned that into, okay, I watched a hero shoot webs from his hands, so now I'm going to try and make a device that shoots webs from my hands to increase my mobility. And it was just, maybe it was just 13 years or 6 years of failures of him inventing stuff and it not working out because he didn't take into account some other variable, here, there, or whatever. And so it's like, it still shows him at least trying. And then you could even say that he didn't get physically fit because he was so focused on trying to make inventions to make up for his lack of quirk that he got hyper-focused on that and just completely forgot about the whole physical training aspect. Even then, I'd be like, okay, yeah, fine. And then, you could even have that there, so you could say, yeah, he doesn't have any devices either.
Yeah.
He would still be in the same position he is at the start of the story as he is in canon, except now you can actually show that he was actively trying to become someone who could be a hero.
Well, see, the thing that annoys me now, right, remembering that annoys me most is, oh yeah, listen, Bakugo's a terrible, terrible human being, but he did have a genuine point. Like, what are you thinking? Trying, right? Like, because, right? To Sneaky's point, Izuku didn't put in any effort, right? Like, Bakugo was right. Like, at that point in time, he had absolutely no business trying to enter, right? Like, let's say somehow he acquired Batman levels of martial arts talents, right?
Yeah, and it's what I'm saying, though. It feels like it's such a fucking hack, because it's like he didn't put in any effort and then just got all of the things that were completely, like, it's one thing if he, wakes up and now he has a quirk from, he's got the Martian Manhunter's quirk as a quirk now, right? It's like, okay, yeah, fine, whatever. But no, he wakes up with all of the skills he should have had as someone, like, all the skills he could have, on some level, already gotten on his own by this point if he was anywhere near as competent as we're supposed to believe he is.
Mm-hmm.
And instead the author just hands them to him because we all know he isn't actually as competent as the story wants to say he is. And so the author just has to hand them to him because he didn't have those skills. It's very annoying. During the manga, they pulled One For All kills people that has quirk when they took One For All, so only someone quirkless can use it if they don't want to die before they're 20. Oh, okay. Interesting. Seeing the fourth user died at 40 and the quirk is exceptionally more powerful now. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. If your body is already used to, like, I mean, you could definitely use real world examples for this to support your kind of argument. I mean, obviously it's gonna be false equivalency, but you're talking about fantasy, sci-fi-ish elements here. Like people that are used to eating just vegan food for a very long time, or all natural food, quote unquote. So stuff without modern sugar in it and stuff like that, and then they go and eat Friendly's ice cream.
They'll practically die.
Yeah, they'll be having horrible stomach cramps. They'll be throwing up. They'll have diarrhea. They will just hate existence because they're just not capable of handling this new food. They didn't build up resistance to it effectively.
Well, and I was gonna say, and right, but that doesn't just extend to like right. If someone's on a a largely meat-based diet, and then they suddenly switch to a vegan diet, they will be in just as much of a
Oh yeah, no,
a physical
that's what I'm
wreck.
saying. And I'm just using those examples of like certain types of diets that are very common,
Yeah,
and then they go out and do something that's outside of that diet. Their body reacts very negatively to it. Because again, human adaptability, very cool stuff. Being an omnivore, your body actually gets used to how to process the most common foods you eat all the time. Which is why sticking to a certain diet is actually better for you, and just in general, because your body then gets used to and pretty proficient at processing those foods. So yeah, it's cool shit. Biology is cool shit. One for all for one has no problems whatsoever taking on as many quirks on. So yay, bad guy. Villains just built different. I mean, you have to keep in mind again, it could be
That's-
somewhat like a blood type situation, where was it O negative can donate to everyone, but they can only receive O negative blood,
yeah.
and AB positive can receive blood from everyone, but they can only give to AB positive. So it could be a situation where his quirk specifically allows him to take all in every quirk.
That is how his quirk works, yes.
Because that's how his quirk was geared his body to work, yeah.
Yeah, that becomes something of a plot point in one of the more recent chapters where
Oh,
he
yeah.
grabs a quirk. Does anyone care about spoilers for the manga?
Not at all. I'm never going to get around to reading it.
Okay, we get a character with a quirk called, I think it's New Order.
Mm-hmm.
And basically anything this person says, they can name a thing, apply a sentence to it, and it becomes reality. And so before the quirk is stolen, it says New Order will rebel against any other quirks it's alongside. So when he takes the quirk, it starts destroying the other quirks that All for One is holding. Because the last order was, you do this now.
Mm-hmm.
And of course it took him by shock because quirks don't do that. Until now.
See, that's another major problem I have with My Hero Academia in general. For this is foundational writing. When you set up a system, you have to stay consistent with the system. Which is why a lot of stories like the Fate verse sets up very loose foundations in how their magic actually works. So then when later down the line they introduce something new, it doesn't hard contradict anything they've previously said. It's just like, it's different, so you can't really prove that what we're saying is a retcon or a contradiction. Meanwhile, obviously, if you take the more biology approach that My Hero Academia did, and you said that the bodies produce energy and, enzymes and, like, specifically restructure themselves, like one guy has fucking tape rollers for elbows. And, like, his skin gets super dry if he makes too much tape because his body draws water and enzymes from the rest of his body to produce the adhesive on his tape or something, I think it was. You can't then say, oh yeah, this person can just arbitrarily speak words and then reality is altered because of it. Those don't align. Like, what energy is that guy's body producing now, huh? What enzymes is he using? Like, you can even, like, Mount Lady can even get away with saying, oh yeah, my body gets super big because of quantum mechanics and, that sort of bullshittery. And even then, that's still believable on a biological aspect. But the dude with the computer screen for a head somehow able to say words and then they become objects? That's just magic.
Yeah.
That's just magic. Though yeah, what does that dude do? Oh, eating sugar accelerates all of his biological processes, which is sort of a thing that's real.
Kinda, I guess.
Yeah, so
I
it's
mean,
like it's sort
You
of
can at least
already
make
based.
a semi-decent argument for it.
Yeah, it's already sort of based on actual biology, so it's like, okay, yeah, sure, fine. Like, does it make much sense that his muscles grow like 40 times their size? No, not really. But you can hand wave that part out. But it's like, oh yeah, what's her power? Oh, she can create clay dolls out of the earth and then control them with her mind. Oh, what enzyme does she use for that? What chemical does her body produce to do that? Huh?
Refined ketamine.
Refined ketamine, yeah.
I mean,
so
well, LSD, I guess. Would work.
it's why I really hated My Hero Academia. Just on an all-around basis, because at least with like Naruto, when they're like, oh yeah, chakra, it's like it's this spiritual physical energy, so literally it can do fucking anything because it's a fuck you energy type. Oh, why is that person able to smash a mountain? Because chakra. Why can that person shoot a fireball? Because chakra. Oh, can anyone learn this? Technically speaking, yes, because everyone has chakra.
Chakma nuts.
And so, like, that was more believable, but now in My Hero Academia, it's like, oh yeah, one for all, he can steal people's quirks. Oh, how does he do that? Oh, he just can. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
I mean-
yeah, sure. So what if some guy's quirk is to have, tape elbows? Oh, well, then he grows tape elbows. Only when he needs the quirk,
Never.
though. How does that work? It just does. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, alright.
sure thing.
So how do you remove someone's quirk? So, wait, do we know how he gets quirks yet? Can he just take it from people, or does he have to kill them or something?
No, you can just take it while they're alive.
Right, okay. So how exactly do you take someone's hair?
He has to get
How do you take
physical,
something...
like skin on skin contact, I think, but that's about the
Great
only.
violence.
Yeah, so,
That's
so
the
how-
only hard and fast rule that we know.
Yeah, that's great and all, but how do you take someone's hair? How do you take someone's toes?
How do you take someone and
You know,
make a lizard
scissors.
from them?
Actually,
Scissors
wait.
sneak
How
in.
does his quirk affect heteromorphs? Like
Yeah,
the people who aren't fully human anymore.
Yeah, how do you take someone's liver? Like, oh, I've poked you. Your liver is now my liver in my body now.
Well, Sneaky, it's called being Albanian.
Ah, yes, of course, my bad. But you know what I mean, like, right? Like, oh yeah, I have tape
Yeah.
elbows. All right, well, I'm gonna poke you and take your tape elbows. Oh no, my elbows are now normal elbows? Question mark?
Imagine if
And
they just stayed like tape.
They, yeah, does the person revert back? Like, do they not still have tape elbows then? Like,
Your arms are now useless because your tape
does he
elbows
how
are now
does he
property of
remove
Staples.
their DNA from every single cell? And then add it to his own DNA that he can turn on and instantly mutate that quirk? Like, just say it's fucking magic. Like, just say some new energy was unlocked within people, allowing them to do mystical abilities. Or just go the Ruby route of saying people have fucking souls, and that's why they get a special ability. Like, I hate the biology excuse when you don't stick to biology stuff. You know?
Yeah.
Like, if you're not gonna stick to biology when you're giving people superpowers, then don't use biology as to why they have superpowers.
Hmm.
Like that's why I liked One Punch Man. Oh, what's your superpower? I don't have a superpower. I just trained really hard swinging this sword, and now I can cut atoms. It's like, oh, fucking Christ. Oh, okay, Jesus.
Not mugging you.
Fair enough.
Oh, what's your superpower? I don't have a superpower. I'm just really good at martial arts. Oh,
Okay
Well,
then.
What's your
Okay.
superpower? LSD. Okay.
You know what? It is One Punch Man, so I would not be shocked if someone's superpower was heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just hits
and
different.
obsession makes you become a monster. Yeah, like, I mean, yes, there is a more spiritual aspect to it, but it is straight up in One Punch Man. It's like, oh yeah, what's that guy's superpower? Well, he dresses in a dog suit. Oh, is there something special about the dog suit? No. He's just really strong and likes dressing in a dog suit. Oh.
Hmm. Hurry.
What's his superpower? Oh, he works out a lot, and he's black. Alright.
Oh yeah.
I guess exercise is a superpower after all.
But yeah, like, straight up, in the top 10, only one of them could be considered to have a superpower. And that's the telepathic girl. Like, the rest of them are just works out a bunch, trained with the blade, is really smart, works out a bunch.
Eats a fuck ton.
Yeah, eats a fuck ton. It's just really fat. What's your superpower? I eat a lot of food. Okay.
Average American.
Like, oh yeah, and then one guy doesn't even have powers or work out a bunch. He just has a really chiseled face.
Oh, actually, we did finally get to say the number one.
Yeah,
He
King.
also has a superpower. Or, sorry, the dude that Blast.
Oh yeah, Blast. Yeah.
We finally get to see him. He also has a superpower. Appears to be partially fucking with dimensional portals.
Okay, so we have two superpowers in the top 10 superheroes.
Yep.
We have two people with superpowers.
The rest are
Everyone
just
else
freaks of
just
nature.
hits the gym. Everyone
Yeah,
else
they're
in the top 10 superheroes, everyone else hits the gym except for two people. Got
Yeah,
it.
well, except for
Okay.
three,
Yeah.
because King is just unlucky.
Oh,
He's just
no,
a normal
Well, I
dude.
mean,
No, man,
can't do anything.
King's pretty built.
Well, yeah, I know, but like he's just a normal guy.
Yeah,
otherwise.
he's just average built. Like, he's just normal person built. Yeah. With a like I said, he's got
Yeah.
a really chiseled jaw.
But Sneaky, you forgot one thing.
Yeah.
There has to be at least one person in One Punch Man whose superpower is autism.
Isn't that King Kid or whatever his name is?
Child
I don't
Emperor.
know. Never watched it.
No, the
Yeah.
child
Yeah,
emperor.
Child Emperor. Yeah.
Yeah, child emperor. His power is just autism.
Yeah. If it works.
So yeah, it's King gets power from dating Sims.
He fucking wishes.
Yeah, he wishes. But like, like that's what's cool about One Punch Man, because they don't even try and justify where the powers come from, why they happen. They're just like, nah, we're just gonna be Medaka level silly with this. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Just how it be.
One could argue everyone in the top 10 has autism, possibly.
Yeah.
The true power was the
Likely,
power of friendship we made along the way.
Or autism.
Or autism.
Probably autism, yeah.
I'm gonna defeat you with the power of autism and this gun I found. Wait, what? The power of autism? No, the other one. This gun I found? Yeah, where the fuck did you find a gun? I made it. How? I have autism. Oh, right. You
Yeah,
mentioned
and
that.
a 3D printer.
And a 3D printer. Super Metal Alloy has a bunch of followers and friends. Yeah, that's true. I would go more with followers than friends because he's a little bit weird. And apparently by being Super Metal Alloy's follower, you're just naturally more jacked than the Tank Top Squad.
Yeah.
Based.
Which, by the way, the Tank Top Squad, again, they draw their power from wearing tank tops and working out.
Hang on, Super Metal is that
That's the...
what he was localized as in the anime?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty sure that's not his name.
Yeah, it's Darkshine or whatever, right?
Well, Viz just went a completely different. Yeah, no, Viz just straight up calls him Super Alloy Blackluster.
I see.
I don't know why it was localized as Darkshine.
I mean,
I
technically
don't-
that's a translation.
Yeah, I think that was a fan translation.
Dark luster. What was it? Wait, black luster, dark shine. I mean, technically, luster and shine are sort of the same thing. Dark and black, close. It's weird there's not that out there.
But yeah, so anyway, long story short, I hate this story. Author, you're dumb. I hate you.
Epic.
Pokemon the Hero Trainer. During the mock hero versus mock villain exam, Bakugo and Izuku, a strange portal opens up and spits out a strange traveler with very powerful creatures at his command. How will the story change? Player character OC Pokemon Trainer. That's pretty cringe, bro. Gonna be real with you.
That is
Yep.
rather cringe, yeah.
Just reading all of these stories just make me really sad that the alternative universe story in which the final exam for year 1 was the mock villain exam. Story is called Kingpin or something. Yeah, I think it's Kingpin. Where one half of the class is
Yeah,
the
I know
heroes
which
and
one
one
you're
half of the
talking
class is
about.
the villains. Yeah, Hero Class Civil War. Yeah. Dumb name, but like it was an excellent story. I'm really sad that it ended up being defiled by Archive of Our Own, with everyone writing sequel stories where all the characters turn gay.
Yep.
And I'm not even
Yeah.
joking. Like, the premise of the sequel is that they end up getting sucked into the canon dimension. And they all pretend to be gay to shock their canon selves. And then in pretending to be gay, they all realize they were all actually gay all along.
Brain aneurysm.
And that's it. Like, you would think if you're going to do a sequel to the Hero Class Civil War in which Izuku becomes like this really well-written mastermind-like character, that you then have the sequel be a dimension travel AU where that AU crosses over into the canonverse, and so it's sort of like these altered characters meet their canon selves sort of situation, and you're like, oh cool, so what are you gonna do with this? Are you gonna do like a meet their maker sort of thing and shit like that? It's like, nope. The entire plot to the sequel is AU Class 1A finds out they're gay all along. The real gay was us.
Yeah. Real gay was inside us all along.
No, that was another author. The real author of the Civil War has another sequel that wasn't that great. Oh, was his sequel the school Civil War, the hero school Civil War, where they go on the island? No, is that that's another? Okay. So basically, what I'm trying to say is a lot of people tried to write sequels
And they all
for
failed.
Hero
really.
Class Civil War, and they were all fucking terrible.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just glad Hero Class Civil War got completed.
Hmm.
Let it
Right, so
die
then-
there.
Kaz, you're gonna have to explain this one to me then, because I am not fucking. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel trying to remember this shit, but I probably forgot it. It's after the Civil War fic that is currently at the final exam. Well, guess what? Izuku and Bakugo face off. All Might basically like Ken, except they don't win this time. Oh, I think that's why I forgot it, because it was just so fucking boring. Little Nightmares My Hero Academia crossover. Title of the story: Little Nightmares My Hero Academia crossover.
Well, alright then.
That's the title of the story.
Sure is.
Betrayed by
Okay.
6, Mono continues to stay in the tower, but this time, this loop, it's falling apart as way freedom opens for him and 6 in MHA universe. What will Mono and 6 experience and face? I think this is the My Little Nightmares 2 characters, Mono and 6.
Don't ask me.
What is Little Nightmares?
Little Nightmares is that really dystopian story where all of the humans have like mutated into these super fat abominations, and like the government is running a death camp where
America.
everyone eats themselves to death, and then they chop up the bodies and feed them to the people still alive, and everyone treats it like it's a vacation. Also, they eat children sometimes as snacks.
I've somehow never heard of this until now.
Yeah.
It's kinda old comparatively.
A couple of years old, yeah. Might actually have one of the games on Steam, I think. Never actually played it though.
I watched it.
Same.
I watched a lot. Honestly, it's one of those. It's one of those games for me, at least. It's a semi-puzzle, semi-platformer, 3D-ish story. Honestly, I just watched a let's play of it. Wasn't too interested in the gameplay of it, so your mileage may vary on that one, depending on how much you like puzzle platformers. Because again, it's not really a complicated puzzle platformer either, because it is using 3D, and it is a very much a practitioner of the one-way route in terms of map design. So yeah, it can't be that complicated.
Yeah.
Frog in a Well, Jujutsu Kaisen, I don't know anything about that, but that's okay. So, and the X-Over My Hero Academia story called Izuku the Devil Fruit Hero. And for some reason, this is not a One Piece crossover. I'm not sure why. Because this is a One Piece crossover, for some reason marked X-Over. What if Izuku had a quirk that let him use all of the powers from One Piece? What if Class A had an extra 20 students, a few of which were all childhood best friends with Izuku? What if the villains also had extra hands thanks to All for One's extended family? I want to shoot myself. What if the class size of 1A was 2 times as big? It's like...
That's already a problem for it.
Why would they make it that big? That's why 1B exists. Why would you... If they wanted the class size of 1A to be 60, they wouldn't make a 1B. So why would they make 1A 60 and then 1B 20? Like what? God, I hate people sometimes.
Yep.
A
All the
Pokemon
time?
My Hero Academia story. The evolution of Deku. Izuku wasn't born quirkless, but he might as well be quirkless when all he can do is summon a strange white and red ball that doesn't do anything. That is until one day he rushed in to save Bakugo from a sludge villain, and the ball finally opened, revealing an Eevee so he could battle them. Now that he'll definitely achieve his dream and become the best hero that ever was. Rated M for Pokemon bestiality.
That's
Ooh.
not a thing you ever want to hear.
Why is he fucking the Eevee?
I was not of all the things to hear rated M4. That is not what I expected.
Why doesn't he have legs? Honestly, it would have been cooler if he summons Pokeballs and then could have captured people with them. And
I thought
then,
that's where
like,
it was gonna go. Like suddenly the slime villain was caught in the Like
well,
I thought that's where that was
not
going.
only that, like, take it one step further. He doesn't capture the people, he captures their quirks, and it gets turned into a Pokemon.
Yeah, all right, that could add some mileage to it.
Hmm.
Because then you
It's
skip the
just a
whole
bug.
human enslavement part. And then you have even plot factors of All for One and Overload both being extremely interested in that. And then everyone also being like, everyone in the know about All for One also being like, what the fuck? Why does this kid have a quirk taking quirk? Only one person has a quirk taking quirk. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh god, he
Oh.
reproduced.
Oh no, now there's two of them.
Yeah, that would be an immediate problem for them, wouldn't it?
If I had a yen for as many people as I know with quirk-taking quirks, I would have 2 yen, which admittedly is not a lot, but really weird that I would have 2.
No, not weird.
Yeah.
Worrying.
Concern. Yeah,
Concerning.
concerning.
Yes. Yeah, what? Wait, hold on. Hold the fuck on. Wait, what? Oh, fabric that made them prisoners. I'm a pro hero kid. You have nothing to worry about. I don't recognize you. I'm an underground hero. My name is Eraser Red.
Okay.
Keep in mind, this is the Pokemon fic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was worried you'd say
I
that.
didn't drag you here to introduce myself. I saw you on the news. You're a problem child. Wow, why do people are obsessed with fitting that in? I will never understand. It's like the fucking kiddo in Worm. He says it like 3 times in the entirety of 1.2 million words. And yet everyone is obsessed with having Danny call Taylor kiddo every 5 seconds. I saw you using a Pokemon and I knew I had to talk to you quickly. What the hell's a Pokemon? Izuku asked. The creature standing next to you is a Pokemon. They are creatures. Here, let me show you. And then he reveals a Pokeball in his hand too. And it spits out a Luxray. And just like you are a Pokemon, he's a partner, but they're a different species. Why? How do you have a quirk that is like mine? I doubt it, problem child. You and I are not the only people that have the ability to summon Pokemon as quirks. I know of at least 4 more people who could do this. Unfortunately, some monster that can steal quirks took their quirks and now own those Pokemon. Someone is looking out for Pokemon quirks and is bent on stealing them all. Why?
Because we need to suffer.
There will be 2 more people in Class 1A that can summon Pokemon. Content warning. This chapter will have sexual content between a human and Pokemon and mind control. I know how sex works, you don't need to explain it to me, and he ran away. Damn it, problem child, you're gonna get your dick sucked. Okay. Yep.
Excellent. How about we move on?
Yeah, we're moving on. We're getting out of this section. I'm done with this section. Fuck this shit. Fuck this section.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Avatar Last Airbender. Haven't done that in a long while. Let's see what we got for us, Avatar. Come on, Avatar.
Show me what's going on.
Heart of a Firebending Teacher. After the defeat of Avatar Aang, Zuko heads back home. However, the choice he made doesn't feel right. Book 3, Zuko's point of view. Not very interesting. The White Lotus Gambit. This is a no bending AU.
Then why bother?
Don't worry, it gets worse.
Of course.
Azula and Katara are Pai Sho prodigies destined to battle for the title of world champion. This story will cover the entire decade of their lives, following their rivalry and rising relationship together. Heavily inspired by the Queen's Gambit. Most of our favorite benders are all Pai Sho players in this AU. Azula times Katara.
Wait, fucking what? I think fucking chess, bruh.
Basically, it's Japanese chess, effectively.
Yeah. Kinda. Alright then.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why you would read this story. And, looks like the community agrees with me, as they have only 11 favorites with 46 chapters and 240k words. I'm gonna write an Avatar The Last Airbender story. Oh, cool. What's the story about? Well, I'm gonna remove bending from the story. Oh, like people are losing their bending? No, bending doesn't exist. Also, it's gonna be about Pai Sho.
The next question after that should immediately be, what the fuck is Pai Show?
Well, I mean, it was introduced in the show, so that
No,
doesn't mean
I'm aware, but most people would
as in
probably still
yeah,
not know.
responsive. Like, yeah, what the fuck's Pie Show? Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Like, to be fair, it played a plot device at some point, but it was very short-lived.
Yeah.
It was second season, and then it had meaning in the third season, but only at the very end.
Literally, all 32 reviews, half of them are from two people going, amazing story.
I'm just remembering that one of the gambits in Pai Show was super important for learning about the existence of the Illuminati in their
Yes.
world.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
God, I forgot about that till Gray reminded me.
The Pie Show, yes, the Pie Show Illuminati. The
There
White
was-
Lotus style formation.
There
True.
was a fic that had the old guy in the north with a random Fire Nation captive accidentally make that, and the Fire Nation captive is just going, "What the fuck is this?" Yes, and the old guy just face palms, because he's trying to figure out if he was sent by Iroh or not, or something. It was little. It was little Zuko, or little Zuko. I don't remember much else of it, but it was a very good fic, despite my butchering of it.
So yeah, that's a completely boring story, and all 32 reviews is by one single person, and then a second person joining in later, and all they do is they talk about how amazing the story is and how well written it is. And my response is I don't fucking care how well written it is. It's not an Avatar story. It's literally a story about people playing Pie fucking Show, and that's it. The only relation to Avatar it has is Pie Show and the fact that the characters are named after Avatar characters. It's almost worse than a coffee shop AU. It's somehow more boring.
At the chess AU, of course it would be.
It's a chess AU, yeah. It's an Asian
I mean, am I
chess
wrong?
AU. Fucking riveting.
That would entirely depend on how the chess is played.
Water lily in a sea of fire. Years before the siege of Ba Sing Se, General Iroh discovers a young girl among the remains of a decimated water tribe village. There's only 2 water tribe villages.
Well, not anymore.
Raised by the Fire Nation, she grows close to the Crown Prince and accompanies Iroh and him on their journeys. A Zuko times OC, probably self-insert story, where the author is... Yeah, the author is indeed female, so I can only imagine. It's a romance story. It's got 88
Yay.
chapters and 4 books.
Epic.
Really wanted to tell that story, huh?
They sure did.
She is horny
Yeah.
on main.
And I wish she wasn't.
Then we have Kisses of Fire and Ice. So I'm going to say the following words, and you're going to go, sneaky, and then I'm going to read the summary, and you're going to go, fuck. So, female author. Summary, Kataro and Zuko kiss at the end of the battle with Azula, but both quickly backtrack to not reveal their true feelings for each other. However, what happens when Katara and Zuko are forced into an arranged marriage? A romance drama story.
How can that even happen at this point? His mother's disappeared, his father's in jail, her parents are dead. I'm pretty sure her grandmother died at some point prior to the end of the story. So who's arranging this?
I don't know. I don't
That's
know.
a good question. God.
Then we
Not
have the
necessarily
legend
wrong,
of
but no.
Loshi. Yesterday, Loshi believed he was an average run-of-the-mill citizen of the Earth Kingdom. Today, he is now the new avatar, the successor to Korra. This is his journey. Cringe.
Fucking cool.
Wait. No, I thought she broke the cycle.
She did.
Yeah, like there's no more Dude, what the fuck? I don't even like Avatar Core, and I still remember that particular plot point because it was kind of interesting.
The incursion. The Fire Nation has won the war. They were unstoppable until a portal to another world shows up.
Ooh.
Ooh.
What will this gate bring?
Oh no. Wait.
Is it?
No.
Is it really?
No, it's not what I... No.
Okay.
It is, but it's not.
Damn.
It's literally gate, and so they fought there, except it's not.
Okay.
To a
Okay, so they
divided
didn't fight
world
there?
about to be embroiled in war, what happens when the Fire Nation invades our world in 1939? How will the nations of our world react? How will the technologies combat each other? What's the gang doing? So first off, how will our nations react to 1939? Well, that's actually possibly one of the worst times to invade. Depending on what country you're invading on, that could radically change the war effort.
Yeah.
Not because they are an actual threat, because they're not. Even Japan could defeat the Fire Nation. I'm sorry, throwing a fireball just really isn't that impressive when I can snipe you from about 10 times that distance.
Yeah, if not
Yeah.
even more.
And
Like,
I hate
cool
to break this
fireball.
to you, but plate
Check
mail,
out this 308.
yeah, plate mail that you can
Yeah.
wear ain't gonna do shit against World War II guns. I'm sorry, most World War II
Yeah.
guns were firing calibers way above what's needed.
yeah. Mostly like, 7.62 X51.
Yeah, 7.62,
64R for the
308s, yeah.
Yeah, wait, I don't really know if 308, but 30-06.
A lot of American firearms used 308 at the start of the war.
Maybe the bolt actions, yeah. Springfield.
Well, no, not just the bolt actions. The bar used 308.
Oh yeah, the bar, of course. Almost forgot about that.
Yes,
Yeah,
everyone's
that
favorite
fucking
gun.
absolute abomination. Goddamn Browning. Browning was... So I went to a gun museum, and I actually looked at what Browning invented, and it is some mind-blowing shit for what was previously in existence.
Yeah.
The shit that just Browning just came out with, and you're just like, what the fuck? Going from
Yep.
goddamn cylinder guns to this, and you're just like, what in the goddamn... How the fuck did you even come up with that? Browning was a lad.
He was a
Good to
gamer.
know.
Browning also invented the M2. Can't forget about the M2, the good old M2 Medusa.
Medusa.
The longest running deployed firearm in military existence.
Yep.
Why, you
It's-
might ask? Because it's
It's
really
400
good
years.
at its job.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, it's even good at things it wasn't even designed for.
Like sniping.
Yeah, fucking Vietnam put scopes on the bar.
Fucking
Yeah, you can
half
snipe
cock.
them. Well, not the bar, the M2. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking half
You can just
cock.
snipe them. Yeah.
Just casually,
Fucking
I'm gonna go make some
madman.
world records breaking shots. Oh, with what? The Medusa.
Medusa.
What?
Casually.
Just don't
As
mind
God
me.
and John Joseph Browning intended.
I'm just gonna go make some sniper shots with a heavy automatic machine gun, And yeah, I'm just gonna make sure that record isn't broken for the next 30 years.
Yeah.
Like, fucking what? Good old Hathcock.
Yep.
Avatar High. AU high school setting. Again, I never understood high school AUs, because I know none of the people writing these either have been to high school yet, or are old enough to look back fondly on high school. Because I don't
Yeah.
want to go to high school again.
Fuck that shit.
Like, I remember high school, and I had a decent time in high school, and, like, retroactively speaking, like, high school was pretty good comparatively to, like, the rest of my lifespan so far.
Yeah.
It's like high school was actually, like, a really golden age for me in terms of just what was my concerns in life. But I
Yeah,
don't want to go back.
I think most people, when
Yeah.
they reminisce about high school, they're not reminiscing about going back. They're reminiscing when everything was easier. Things suck today.
Sure, yeah, I mean,
'Cause
we
we understood
yeah.
more of what's going on.
Well, I mean, our years in high school, Max, were Occupy Wall Street, so we kind of got an early awakening on that one.
Yeah.
Arn was
I
still
mean-
getting through kindergarten back then, though.
No, I wasn't. My high school was, well, Trump era started. Oh, that was fucking interesting, I'll
Yeah,
say that much.
I can imagine that might have been a little spicy. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when, had an early political awakening.
Yeah.
Decided, you know what? I'm gonna be racist, fuck it.
I thought that was just default for every Norwegian.
I mean, not enough.
Fair. But still, like, I don't think I would ever want to write about a high school experience.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Eh.
It was good enough, but yeah, no.
Like, yeah, it's like, oh, looking back on it, was it good? Yeah. Do I want to go back? No. Do I want to write about it? No. Hell
Yeah.
no. Not at all.
Although, I mean, I think we've got to add a bit of a caveat that most high school AUs are actually like
Barely.
movie high school
Yeah.
AUs.
They're like,
It's like-
what's that fucking
Yeah.
High School Musical? It's basically
Yeah.
High School Musical AUs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zuko moves away from his old town with his uncle. He is forced to adjust to a brand new way of life. What, do they not eat dog? As the only
did he move away from
firebender in
China?
his new school, he may not be as accepted. Ah,
Oh,
yes,
no,
as the only
racism.
firebender, eh?
Oh
see.
no. He's one of only two that can summon their element from nothing. However will he cope?
Yes. But
And
all of
seeds,
that
maybe.
changes when he makes an unlikely friend with an airbender named Ang, and grows a bit too close with a blind earthbender named Toko.
Fucking hate you. Because that is definitely how Shyamalan would have had the actors pronounced Toph's name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Zuko times Toph. Aang times Katara.
Gonna be honest, the Zuko and Toph is a just out of nowhere pairing.
Yeah, it's a very weird pairing.
They
Yeah.
never got along
I don't-
in a friendship route.
I
Even.
think the best that he got was tolerance, which was already high praise coming from Toph.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sneaky.
Yeah.
I decided to jump in on the Kali, Gura, Fauna, Mumei, Terraria stream.
Yeah.
The first thing I saw was Kali trying to mine wood blocks with an axe and failing
How?
because you gotta use the pickaxe, right? It's not Minecraft.
Oh, right. It's not Minecraft. Oh, I feel so bad for Callie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All of the stuff she learned in Minecraft is almost useless here.
Yep. It is something she'll have to adjust to, I guess.
You know, points to the Terraria boys. Man, they sure did a good job of differentiating themselves from Minecraft.
Yeah, by making a way
Guess.
better game. Yeah, I said it.
I don't know, man.
Am I supposed to react to that, or?
Nah.
Base Terraria
really.
is... It's alright.
Yeah, I think it's better.
Certainly has a shit ton of content, but I
It
don't know.
does have
It's
a lot
easier
of
to just
content, yeah.
chill and turn the brain off while playing Minecraft.
Yeah, there's that, but
Yeah.
you can't destroy the environment in Terraria like you can in Minecraft. You just don't get the Factorio I'm going to
All right.
make Mother Nature my bitch feeling.
Alright, there, Fiend, calm down.
No, Sneaky has a point. Let him finish.
That's about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
No. I mean, in
Oh, that's it?
Factorio, I literally just get the flamethrower and I set fire to forests because it's funny.
Yeah.
Not
Nates are
because
more
it's in the
effective,
way, just because it's funny.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
And then I
Sneaky,
get...
do you remember that time I came on 8 hours later to our server and you steamrolled my swamp?
Yes, yeah.
Excellent. As is right
Yeah,
and
so-
proper.
I sent a
Way-
message.
Way back in the
Sneaky,
day.
what happened?
Way back in the day, right? So we were doing back in the day when Feed the Beast was actually fun. We were doing
yes.
Feed the Beast on like Minecraft 1.6 or something. 1.06 or something. Like-
No, I think it was still 1.8 beta. I think it was just before the official release,
Was
or
it
just
really?
after.
Yeah,
I want
I
to say
think
it was
you-
before the official release,
Yeah,
but
I
I'm not
think it
sure
was
now.
before. No, it was definitely before. It was definitely before. It was definitely during the beta still. Because there's a lot of mods I remember in that mod pack that are no longer running. But Max had set up in this swamp, and he was gonna try and do this like aesthetic witchy magic build.
Yeah, well, I was just researching magic for you guys, and I was occasionally freeloading off your tech because you guys were going
Yeah.
full industry.
Yeah, and then Rob and I were doing this like whole like tech thing, and when you had logged off, you had like built your house, and we had like what, like a little tiny area cleared out or something.
You guys had blocked out an area. You had a stone house already. When I logged off, you guys were like, well, what were you at? You guys were like halfway up the alloy side of everything.
Yeah, we were doing something like that. Yeah, this is like before Tinker's
Yeah,
Construct.
and I'm just
Yeah,
like, all right, guys, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'll hop on after college classes tomorrow.
yeah.
So I get on about 16 hours later.
And so we had built an entire mega fortress, surrounded
Right
it with
outside my
spikes,
swamp.
and
Yeah.
flattened the entire area around us, including everywhere around Max's house except for the chunk that contained Max's house.
Yeah.
We just like cut
I-
around it.
I'm like, oh, I need to go grab some wood real quick. Open door. Where are my trees? Walk
Where is-
around house. What the fuck is that?
Where is my swamp? Oh
Team
yeah,
Sneaky. Sneaky, where's my swamp?
we had found a spawning location for the magical wisps, and then we had overloaded the magical melting pot or whatever to create a shit ton of wisps. And
Oh,
we had this giant fucking cage right behind Max's house with all of these lightning shooting wisps inside.
No,
And
I
there
remember
was-
I had to build that. I had to build the glass for it. And then I had a cave system under my house that I'd blocked off to keep mobs out because it had enough room for all the magic. They started leaking through the floor into my cave. And that became a problem because they were angry.
Angry little assholes. Yeah,
They
good
fucking
days.
hit like a truck if you didn't have diamond armor.
Yeah, good days. Good days.
Fucking prick.
Big fucking iron fortress billowing smoke. Cleared swamplands, perfectly flat plains now. This little tiny
Excellent.
fucking house on this little tiny fucking island of unchanged swampland.
The factory must grow. The
Don't
factory
worry.
must grow.
It grew.
The factory must grow. Whatever like amount it grew, it's not enough. It must grow.
Oh, they
God.
agreed with you there. They very much agreed with you there.
We
Yeah.
got pretty excessive in our build. Yeah, we had like 700 magma engines, and like we were siphoning magma from the nether directly, and
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but like a
was
couple times
able
chaotic.
to finish all the magic stuff, but it was
we had actually, and by the time we had quit that server, we had actually like emptied a decent chunk of the nether of all of its lava.
Excellent.
I'm not surprised in the slightest by hearing this.
Oh
As God
God.
intended. The nether
Ugh.
is just Iraq anyway, so why not pump it dry?
Clearly, the company and Doom just needed to hire you and Rob.
Yeah,
They were just missing your guys' genius.
just melt the lava, duh. Oh Christ. Zuko's twin sister. What if Zuko had a twin sister and saw the Fire Nation for what it was? Who saw Azula and Ozai for the monsters they were, and was banished along with Zuko. 3
Nothing would
chapters.
change.
I
3
suppose she's
chapters,
dead then,
2,000
isn't
words.
she?
Yeah, I guess she's dead, yeah. To no one's surprise, this only has 1 follow and 0 favorites. 3 chapters,
Oh, no.
2,000 words.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
no.
terrible.
Wow,
Female
that is-
author. What if Zuko had a self-insert twin sister? Oh God.
Yeah.
It's so classic. It's so classic. It's like, well, this cringy story revolving around the bad boy, female author. Without fail. Without fail.
Of course.
The tales of the Avatar as told by 2 different authors. This is a story told by 2 authors. We are changing things and adding things. We hope you enjoy the things. We are following the script as well as adding things to the script. We have pairs like Aang and Ty Lee, and Katara times Zuko, Suki times Mai, and Sokka times Toph. That told me nothing about your story except that it's cringe and I shouldn't read it.
Yep.
Yeah. Expect a pipe bomb in your mailbox at any moment.
The Last Firebender. Hello, in case you don't know, this story is based off of the premise of a different fanfic called Distorted Reality written by Ogoro. I have asked them if it's okay if I take it and remake his story, and they're fine with me taking that idea and remaking it. This story is about a distorted reality in which Aang is found inside a volcano by Azula and Zuko, as he is the last firebender.
What?
Wait, then how are... No,
Wait, hang on.
No, wait, hang on a second. Then who attacked? The Water Nation?
Wait, Sneaky, look 2 below that one.
Yeah, it's by Lady Ryuka, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, did they just like double post it?
Yeah, there's double posting it.
But why are there 3 more chapters on the bottom one and 10 less words?
Dude, I don't fucking know, man. Alright, I don't fucking know,
Yeah.
man.
Clearly, the mailman has more pipe bombs to deliver.
In
Hope we can get
Minecraft.
UPS next day shipping on that. Of course, in Minecraft.
Well, if it's next day shipping, you're gonna have at least a 3-day delay.
Yeah.
And speaking of
Oh, well.
shipping, Tales of the Blue Spirit Shipping Company by Will Simp for Azula.
Oh, that's
So a
amazing.
zoomer. Blue Spirit Shipping Company will ship just about everything and anything as long as you pay them enough money. Feet.
Featuring.
Oh, featuring Ursa as the mother bear head of the mafia, Zuko as a captain boss, and Aang as the tech boy. Azula is muscle and Sokka is along for the ride. Sokka times Azula. So this is basically not Avatar: The Last Airbender at all. Objectively
What the fuck are these
speaking,
pairings?
yeah, some fucking wild pairings.
You have shown me pairings tonight I didn't know existed. They're very strange.
Yeah.
I'm still tripping on the fact that this guy straight up like, yeah, it's gonna be a no bending mafia AU in which a shit ton of characters that will have never met at any point in time ever are all part of a mafia together. And the plot line is that they're part of the mafia together.
But yeah, sneaky. At least there's 69 chapters, so that's cool.
Of course. Nice.
Nice.
So yeah, anyway, I think we're gonna call it there tonight. I think we're gonna call.
I mean, it's about time. It's about time.
I think
Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Yeah,
on
you
that
sure?
one. Yeah, no, I think we're good on that one.
Yeah, Chief.
So
I don't know, but I don't think we got much more to do.
I don't think my brain has much more capacity for that.
Understandable.
So yeah, we'll see everyone on Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. because there is always more, and it does in fact always get worse.